See y'all.
Hubert, obviously Pete has had some struggles shooting from three. How good was it just to see him have this kind of game today?
I was very proud of Pete, but I was very proud of him earlier this week with Notre Dame. I said, you know, there's many ways that you can be a positive impact for a team, and you know, against Notre Dame, you know, Pete led our team in assists. I think he had a double-double, was perfect from the free throw line, and so it had the season high 5 offensive rebounds, so that was huge for us. And you know, heading into this game, we talked yesterday, and we said at the end of the day, we're going to have to be able to knock down some perimeter jump shots. It is what it is. You know, without us being able to shoot the ball from beyond the arc, it's just not enough space for Armando to go to work. It's not enough space for guys like RJ and Caleb to be able to attack the basket consistently. And he started us off, and he was really hot from three, and I'm just really happy for him.
On that note, you said to Jones a few moments ago that criticizing kids is disgusting in your mind in relation to Pete Nance. What criticism has bothered you specifically?
I can't go into specifics. I just think they're kids, and they're just kids, and maybe they don't play the way that you want them to play all the time, but they're kids.
You said yesterday that you got the same sense of that they had a sense of relief the other night when they won Notre Dame. Were they a looser team, maybe a more relaxed team, while also being locked in going into today's game?
I thought they were locked in. They had to be locked in because I was there, and I didn't cool down. I was more motivated, more upset after Notre Dame today than I was right after the game. And irregardless of what happened, there's a level of competitiveness and fight that you have to play here. I told them that the reason why that I'm always been that way is because I just have loved basketball. I just love it. I can't remember a time where I haven't loved it. I love this place. The first time I stepped foot in Carmichael to see my uncle play, I knew this was home. And the best people that I've met, been around in my life, are connected to here in Chapel Hill. And so that's what drives me, even still today at 52. And when you play here, that's what has to drive you. And they played really well today.
So are you saying what they told us happened at halftime here tonight, the message that was conveyed, you kept that same message and that same tenor the last few days? And
Yeah, I was there.
you pleased with the response?
I am pleased with the response, but it's not over yet. I'm still ticked off. And I told them to enjoy today, and then let's get after it tomorrow and prepare against a Florida State team that won at Miami today down by 25. So.
Hubert, Virginia missed 12 straight field goal attempts. I think it was 1 for 14 during a stretch in the second half. What was the key to that defense? Was it just effort, or was there other factors involved? And is that as good a stretch as you've seen you guys play on defense?
That was really good. It had to go better than the first 6 possessions of the second half. They were 6 of 6 and that's just, that wasn't going to work. And so when we came in a timeout, I said, guys, 6 of 6, that's hard. That's hard to do in a gym by yourself. And so, like, at the end of the day, Virginia's Virginia because of their fight and competitiveness and never giving up. And so even, was it down by 15, 16? 17, you knew that they were going to come back. And so we had to get better defensively. And when we're good defensively, that always bleeds into our offense and getting good shots, whether we make it from 3 or not. It always gives us a chance to be at our best on the offensive end. So that stretch was huge.
Hubert,
going back to
in addition to being locked in as you have been, have you had some fun with the lemon Oreo situation in Pete? We heard some stuff about that.
Yeah,
Does that become a good luck charm, do you think, now?
I don't know, but I'm stopping by Harris Teeter today. That's, one of the reasons why I want guys to stop by the office once a week. I require them in off season 3 times a week, but with class and everything 1 time a week. So this week Pete stopped by the office and we started talking about cookies, and I asked him, do you like crumble cookies or insomnia? He said, like crumble cookies. I said, well, I like insomnia cookies. And I told him the best type of cookies that I like, and I asked him, what is your favorite cookie? He said, a lemon Oreo. I said, I never heard of that before. I said, I've heard of Oreo cookies. I've never heard of a lemon Oreo cookie. And he said, just go to the grocery store. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to Harris Teeter right after practice. I'm going to go look for the lemon Oreo. And I said, if I can't find it, I said, we're going to get in a brawl. And he said, fine. And so I went into Harris Teeter, and there they were. And so after every, at home, every pregame meal, he goes up to my office and takes a nap on my couch. And so when he went in there, I had the Oreo cookies laying down. And so right after the game, I walked into the locker room. I said, guys, you have no idea what allowed us to be pretty good today. And he went into the locker and threw the Oreos. He didn't eat it yet, and threw it right there on the ground. And then Coach May said, you got to go to Harris Teeter today. So as soon as I leave you guys, I'm going to Harris Teeter. Go get some more lemon Oreo cookies.
Did you like them?
them?
I didn't eat them. I talked to Pete. I'm lactose intolerant. I don't. Is it natural? I don't
Oreos
know.
are vegan.
We got a game on Monday. I'd like to be there on the bench. Okay, so yeah. So I said, that might be an off-season thing that I can eat. Okay.
NIL deal, maybe. I mean, that.
It could be. Set it up for Pete. That's great.
Pete was obviously a headline. Pete was obviously a headline tonight, but also Puff Johnson having a couple of huge shots in that first half. I mean, talk about how important his stretch was, especially the passing from Bay top end.
It was huge. Puff has always been like the first guy coming off the bench, and his versatility of being able to play small forward and power forward. But we need his ability to shoot the basketball, and he was really good at practice yesterday. During the Notre Dame game, his right eye was a little almost shut, and he played during it, and he actually had a sty. And so Saturday, on Thursday, he had a patch over his eye. And so he didn't practice on Thursday. He practiced yesterday, had a good practice, and then he played really well today. And it was huge, his energy, his effort, not just his threes, but he always attacks the offensive glass. I thought he did a good job rebounding, defending, and he's another guy that can handle the ball and bring the ball up, and I thought he was fantastic.
When you say you're still ticked off, what do you mean by that?
I'm just ready to compete. It's not I'm mad at them. It's a competitive fight. It's great to celebrate this, but we have a game on Monday. And I think it's important to celebrate this, but I think it's also important to stay focused and to stay locked in. So that's what I'm talking about.
Hubert, to go back to Pete, he had mentioned that him being able to slip the screens out of the hard hedges is really effective, both in getting him open shots, but also allowing him to sort of make plays off the short roll. I was just going to ask you,
No, we talked about it. We know how they play ball screens, and it's really good. And the way that they play ball screens is very similar to Miami. And I didn't think we handled it very well. And so one of the things that we tried was, instead of rolling, having those short rolls. And usually on those high ball screens, we have Armando setting it, but we felt like it'd be better if Pete set it. So now we got the ball to him out of the double team. He's at the high post, and his ability to dribble and pass and make decisions. Armando did that in the first half, and he can do that, but that's not the best thing that he can do. And so we had Pete be there, and he can make plays from there. And so I thought that was really key for us.
And you mentioned how you mentioned how that's something obviously Virginia does, Miami does. How replicable is that going forward against teams that try to play you guys that way? Because teams have tried hard hedging you.
It is, and at times it has bothered us, and so I felt like we handled it better today. another thing against teams that play that way, I didn't feel like we held the ball. One of the things that we talked about is having a 0.5 mentality. So when you catch the ball in 0.5 seconds, you got to shoot, you got to drive, you got to pass. Okay, you cannot dribble, over dribble, you can't hold the ball because Virginia is so good defensively. If you allow them to get out of their rotations and get set, then you're not going to get a good shot. And so I thought we did a really good job of getting the ball out of our hands, and when we caught it, we made quick decisions whether to shoot, to pass, or to drive.
Hubert, this is a UVA team that was in first place a couple days ago in the league. As you said, FSU comes back to get Miami today, who had been in first place. You know, turning the corner here to the final week of the regular season, is this thing still pretty wide open in terms of who the best team might be in the league?
Well, I think it shows the strength of this league. I really believe this. I think our league has been undervalued over the last 2 years, and I don't know why. Nothing against the other conferences. I think the other conferences are really good, but I think we're really good too. And for whatever reason, our entire conference has not gotten its credit of how good we are from top to bottom, how competitive we are. And people were surprised last year that we had 3 teams in the ACC in the final 8. I wasn't surprised to see Miami there. I wasn't surprised to see Duke there, you know, and so got some really good basketball teams in this league.
How long has this cookie thing been going on with Pete for?
This was just one game.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the first game, and I'm serious. I'm going to Harris Teeter. Go get another and bring them to Tallahassee. And I'm not a superstitious guy, but if that works, let's do it. Let's try it.
When we get to multiple cookie questions, we're done.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your